It feels like ever since I moved into my van and started going backpacking more often, something usually goes wrong when I'm out on a trip. Today I am going out. It's going to be the last hike of 2022, I think. Last backpacking trip, I should say. And I'm like, okay, this is the time. Everything's going to go right. Right? I'm in the Superstition Mountains hiking Dutchman Trail to Boulder Canyon to Second Waters Loop. It's gonna be a little one-nighter. Oh gosh, should have been paying more attention. Oh man, what a beautiful day. There's so many cool plants already. This is gonna be awesome. I think this rock is really interesting because it looks like it has holes in it, like pumice. And I think those types of rock are usually, if it has holes in it, it used to be magma. I don't know of this place ever having any volcanic activity, but what do I know? The challenges I think I'll have will be finding a campsite, because so far it doesn't look like there's a lot of flat area. And also, none of these trees, there's not really trees, there's some bushes that are a little taller than I am. And they did say you need to hang up your food when I looked it up online. You need to bear bag instead of just leaving your food on the ground or taking it in your tent with you, because there are bears out here, black bears, but still can't let them get into stuff. Dead bear's a dead bear. Ever since I took that turn off, the terrain has been a lot tougher. I guess it's a less taken trail, so the plants really encroach on the trail. I guess it's their home, so they're allowed to. Maybe it's me that's encroaching on the plants. Okay, this trail got super hard. It's really hard to follow, oh gosh, any sort of trail. I'm trying not to get into the plants because sometimes, you know, they have thorns. Oh, this is so difficult. Hopefully it gets easier now. I've been mainly walking in the creek bed. Luckily, I don't have the paid version of All Trails where you can download a map, but somehow my free version is still working even though I don't have service. Maybe because I started the trail in service. Thank goodness that's working though, because otherwise it would just be really hard to make sure I was going the right direction and not getting lost. It is very slow going though because I'm stepping on rocks and not flat ground. If you're wondering why I'm not using my trekking poles, I just find it easier not to on terrain like this, because then you don't only have to look for places to put your feet, you also have to look for secure places to put the tips of your poles. So this is nice walking on smaller rocks though. Look, the one tree of the hike. Happy fall, y'all. Don't worry, it's okay. The rock just moved. I am dying. This is so hard. But look at this. Look at the direction where I'm coming from. Ah, beautiful. Looks unreal. It's past 5 p.m. so I need to start looking for a campsite. I would rather not sleep in the canyon just because I want tomorrow to be kind of an easier day. And I'd rather get it all done today. Plus, I don't know. My mind goes to, what if there's a flash flood and the canyon floods, and I'll have a hard time escaping if I'm in the canyon. So anyway, trying to get out of here to find a campsite. It's only been about 3 minutes since I last said that, but this campsite is super flat. And I'm not like in the creek bed, so that makes me feel better. I'm a little ways up. Oh my goodness, I'm so sore. That bouldering, or Boulder Canyon, killed my ankles. But yeah, I think I will stay here. The ground is sand, and that is going to be pretty soft. Plus, I can wake up in the morning and look at the cacti. Aww. It's kind of early to eat dinner, but I just want to sit down right now. I don't feel like setting up my tent. I just want to not move for a second. So I'm going to go ahead and make dinner. Something really exciting, Right on Trek is a backpacking meal company, and they sent me some stuff that I get to try. Very exciting. Their thinking is that a lot of backpacking food you pour boiling water into and it heats up, but their thing is if you make it in a pot, it's going to taste better. So, okay. I also like that they sent this package of condiments, and then they say use this to put all your trash in because it's a Ziploc bag. How perfect is that? Let's test this baby out. Brand new lighter, can you tell? Alright. It said once it's boiling to turn down the heat. Oh, that was up. Turn down the heat and add the package. To be honest, I forgot to look at my watch when I started it, but I think it's been 4 to 6 minutes. And now we just let it sit for 3 minutes. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I used to work a food delivery job while living in my van, but now I haven't done that since I was in Nevada, and I've just been making money off of my YouTube channel. And it's definitely like that's been the dream for so long, but now it's like it's also very stressful because I don't have like someone telling me, okay, if you do this, then this will happen. It's kind of all like, I'm trying my best, maybe it'll work, maybe, this won't be a long-term thing for me. But I'm really, really trying, and with trying so hard, I'm also like burning myself out a whole lot. I'm making a documentary. It's coming out December 7th, so go ahead and mark your calendar. But I've been working on the documentary for so long. I was like, okay, I need to take this weekend and just go out into nature and relax. That's why this trip is it's good for me. Much needed, in other words. And not to like brag and be like, oh, it's so hard. I'm a famous YouTuber now. Nope. I'm just saying like, basically, yeah, it actually is hard. There's always so much to do. You never know if it's going to be enough. Finally, the airplanes are gone and it's just silent. It's just the crickets and the birds and me. And the bats coming out. Are we ready? I'm so excited. Whoa! Beautiful. And if I forgot to say, this is High Country Pad Thai. Very fancy. Go away, moth. Not for you. That was incredible. I'm not hungry, but I am sad that it's over. I'm in my tent for the night, but you remember at the beginning I was talking about how I didn't know how I would tie up my bear bag tonight? Well, I talked to some people while I was hiking, and they said they actually do not tie up their food because there's no bears in this area. Maybe the website was just trying to cover their butts. I'm leaning more towards what they're saying. I don't know though. What would you do? But because I can't time travel and hear your answers right now, I'm sleeping with my food bag in the tent. I don't know. I'm nervous that a mouse is going to chew through the mesh of my tent and then, I'll have a hole in my tent. And I love this tent so much. But also, like, if a mouse chews through my my bag while it's tied to a tree, then I'm gonna be without food. So, I don't know. What would you do? I was so excited to go to sleep and be all cozy in my sleeping bag, but it was not a good night's sleep because this is sand. I couldn't stake. It was really hard to get the stakes in the sand for the tent. And so, like, this corner looks like it's fallen down completely. And just all night, the tent was just shaking back and forth in the wind. I couldn't fall into a deep sleep. It was always just sort of fall asleep, then wake up and turn over a few minutes later. Not a good night. Good news is, though, mice didn't get my food. How cool is this? This morning I'm making some egg scramble. Pretty interesting recipe. They gave me olive oil to coat it, then had me add water to the bag to mix up the eggs and stuff. And now it's doing this. Pretty cool. Here's the finished product. You can see I did burn it, but that was because I was filming when I should have been paying attention to my food. As the sun's peeking over that ridge, joining me for breakfast. It smells so good. I think I might have messed up the texture a little bit, honestly. But the mushrooms, and I think it's chives in here. It's so good. I wish I could just hang out and eat food all day, but back to the trail. That was a great campsite, though. I'm glad I took that one, even though it was earlier than I wanted to stop. Couldn't have asked for a better one. I've come to another place where the trail is just kind of wherever you want it to be. Really hard to stay on track. Just gotta go in a constant direction, I guess. I'm trying to find my way back to the trail, but now I'm like, I should have just stayed in the creek bed. Ow, it would have been slow going, but I wouldn't be getting poked and torn at with all these thorns on these plants. Oh gosh, Oh shoot, this one's got me good. I want to film because this is part of the experience, but it's kind of hard to untangle myself without my other hand. Here we go. I only caught one more. Shit, that scratched me up. Okay, that's enough for you all. I need my hand back. Now that I've turned off on this second waters trail, there's a lot more trees. It's really cool. A different type of environment. Real quick, first of all, look at this place. Second of all, look at this rotting cactus. I think it's really interesting because what's that in the middle there? And is it soft? Sounds pretty hard. Oh, listen to how dry that is. This must be like the water from the ground goes up this and redisperses. Here's another clue for us as to what inside of a cactus must look like. Looks like there's a branch that kind of looks like cholla wood, I think it's called, and then a lot of cartilage around. Kind of reminds me of I don't know, like a dried apple or something. This is what I mean by cholla wood, just this porousy branch. What a good hike that was. I don't know if I would ever do it again because the part where I was walking through a creek bed and kept getting lost was really hard. And then today just kicked my butt. There were a lot more hills that I might not be in enough shape to be able to do comfortably. So it was a tough trail, but so cool to spend a night outside, walk amongst the cacti. Oh, I love them so much. I've even made my own little classification system. I'm sure an official one already exists, but I was having so much fun with it. You could have a telephone pole, a four-way intersection, the stereotypical, put 'em up, I'll fight you with one hand tied behind my back, I'll fight you with two hands tied behind my back. Not to be confused with a telephone pole. They are very different, actually. And of course, the monster. Now, I could go somewhere, get cleaned up, and then have a beer, but I'm ready for it now. My car's a mess, my life's a mess, but oh well, beer first. Lately, I've been drinking mango wheat, American wheat beer, and this is from State 48 Brewery. How cool is that? That's the name of their brewery, and I didn't even notice that before I bought it. Oh, if this is the first of my video you're ever watching, I just went to all the states in the lower 48. Documentary out December 7th. Oh, but also let me tell you, next week, we're going to do I'm going to do a beer giveaway from, I think, the last 8 states I went to. If you don't like beer, you're not 21, or if you live outside of the U.S., I'm also doing a sticker giveaway. I've been collecting them for a long time. I'm pretty excited about it. I don't want to say too much, but it's going to be a game, a quiz, you could say, and then there's going to be a short... what's it called when there's movies? A trailer. There's going to be a trailer that I'm making for the documentary, and then I'll announce the winners on that. Anyway, that's what's coming down the pipeline, but for now, let's just drink in this moment together. Oh my gosh, why do I always have trouble with this? There we go. It smells very mango-y. It has a very mango-y aftertaste. Oh, but it's also weedy too. When I was in, let's see, the brewery was called Antelope Brewing. I think that was North Dakota that I had a peach wheat beer. And this reminds me of that. Drinking an Arizona beer while looking at a view of the Superstition Mountains that I just backpacked through. So perfect. For coming on this adventure with me. And hey, besides it being very physically demanding, nothing really went that wrong. I guess maybe the Superstition Mountains are lucky for me. Maybe they're wrong when they say superstition ain't the way. Bah, 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 bah.